We've talked a lot about various brand collapses in the past year or so. Most famously, of course, there was the whole Bud Light implosion after they hired a guy in a dress to be their new spokesman, while also insulting their entire customer base as dumb frat boys. And there were other brand disasters too, from Balenciaga to Target, whose stock just collapsed the other day, incidentally enough. After all of those very public and humiliating spectacles, I have to admit that I really thought, major brands might stop voluntarily lighting themselves on fire, at least for a little bit. Even if you're really interested in promoting DEI and the woke agenda and so on, you have to realize at this point that it's not what people want. It's a surefire way to destroy your company. And if you're a brand manager, it's a guaranteed way to ruin your career. So I assume that we'd see something of a lull, maybe, in terms of corporations running the Bud Light playbook. But as it turns out, I was wrong. And not just a little wrong, very, very wrong, in fact. The folks over at Jaguar, the renowned British automobile manufacturer, have apparently decided, without any prompting whatsoever, to channel their inner King Leonidas of Sparta. They decided to boldly press on with their agenda, damn the consequences, even though they know that total and catastrophic defeat is all but assured. Except unlike King Leonidas of Sparta, people running Jaguar are very, very effeminate and not impressive or interesting in any way, nor are they accomplishing anything whatsoever. Other than that, comparison is perfect. They're going all in, just like the 300 Spartans, charging boldly ahead into the abyss and sure defeat. Behold, the latest advertisement from Jaguar, a company that apparently still makes cars, although you wouldn't be able to tell it from this. Watch. One of the unintentional bits of humor here, as spotted by Christina Pushav from Ron DeSantis' team, is that Jaguar uploaded a slightly shorter version of this video on their Middle Eastern accounts. They cut one segment out, and it was the part featuring this guy. So apparently Jaguar, like so many other companies, is all about promoting bravery, by which they mean cross-dressing, but they're not brave enough to promote cross-dressing in the Middle East. That's a bridge too far. Apparently, it would also be a bridge too far to feature a single car in that car commercial. Instead of any vehicle of any kind, you saw a routine that looks like an outtake from Zoolander, except without the humor or any sense of irony. But there was some sense of irony in Jaguar's posts after this video was uploaded, and the predictable backlash occurred. They received tens of thousands of comments asking them what the hell was going on over there. They responded with a bunch of coy messages about how the future will be revealed soon and everybody should stay tuned for more developments. So it obviously implies that they knew what they were getting into, at least to some degree. They might just want attention since their sales have plummeted in recent years. They sold fewer than 70,000 cars last year, so maybe they figure that no publicity is bad publicity. To be fair, they also did eventually post an image of something resembling a futuristic-looking car, which you can see here. But again, this just caused more backlash because it looks like a weird knockoff of a Cybertruck. It's nothing like the cars Jaguar is known for making. And on top of that, Jaguar also debuted its new logo, which of course ditches its iconic leaping Jaguar with something more abstract and just totally soulless. And, then people were mocking it even more. So here's what that looks like. As many people pointed out, this is a pretty big shift towards making Jaguar as generic as possible. It's a move that many other brands have made. This is a common thing now, from Google to eBay to Facebook. Somebody compiled a list of similar logo reinventions that have been done recently, and they all come out looking the same. So they all just taking what is distinct and interesting and getting rid of all of that to make it completely generic and boring. That's what the marketing geniuses in every major corporation have been doing now for 15 years. So Jaguar's new ad campaign uses the slogan "Copy Nothing," and they then proceed to copy the same graphic design of pretty much every other corporation on the planet right now. All of these companies spent tens of millions of dollars to make their logos less distinct and less interesting. Now Jaguar has joined the list for some reason. Let's talk about something that affects all of us: taxes. The October 15th deadline is passed, and if you're not prepared, you could be in for a world of hurt. Do you owe back taxes? Are your returns still unfiled? Did you miss the deadline to file for an extension? Now that we're past October 15th, the IRS is probably gearing up for some aggressive enforcement. And trust me, you don't want to be on their radar. We're talking wage garnishments, frozen bank accounts, or even property seizures. It's not pretty, folks. But before you start panicking, there's still hope. Tax Network USA has helped taxpayers save over $1 billion in tax debt and filed over 10,000 tax returns. These guys specialize in reducing tax burdens for hardworking Americans like you. Look, I get it. Dealing with the IRS is about as fun as a root canal, but ignoring the problem won't make it go away. So here's what you need to do. For a complimentary consultation, call today at 1-800-958-1000. Visit the website at tnusa.com/Walsh. Their experts will walk you through a few simple questions to see how much you can save. That's 1-800-958-1000, or visit tnusa.com/Walsh. Don't let the IRS take advantage of you. Get the help you need with Tax Network USA. Admittedly, when I saw all of this, one of my first assumptions was that maybe Jaguar is eventually going to announce that this is some kind of prank, like an April Fool's Day in November. It's the only way that any of this could make any logical sense whatsoever. But then I came across a recent speech by Jaguar's brand director, a guy named Santino Pietrosanti. This was apparently delivered at the Virgin Atlantic Attitude Awards, whatever that is. Here's how the speech began.
It is a true honor to stand here surrounded by such extraordinary individuals, trailblazers in the fight for LGBTQ+ rights, creativity, and self-expression. We're here to celebrate you, the ones who, despite everything, keep that vital flame alive, the flame that refuses to be extinguished, no matter how hard the world might try.
Well, the flame's not being extinguished, that's for sure. It's very much alive. Jaguar is on fire right now. They're flaming away more than ever. And as Santino goes on to explain, Jaguar owes that success to their 15 DEI groups, as well as their policy of allowing transitioning at work. Watch.
And at Jaguar, we're passionate about our people, and we're committed to fostering a diverse, inclusive, and unified culture that is representative not only of the people who use our products, but in a society in which we all live, a culture where our employees can bring their authentic selves to work. And we're on a transformative journey of our own, driven by a belief in diversity, inclusion, creativity, policy, and most importantly, action. We've established over 15 DEI groups, such as Pride, who are here tonight in the back. Thank you guys for coming. Women in Engineering and Neurodiversity Matters. We've launched major policy revisions, such as transitioning at work.
So he goes on to boast that Jaguar, or Jaguar, as he pronounces it, just hosted a DEI summit with 10,000 people in attendance, and he says that Jaguar will reinvent itself to embrace the full spectrum of human potential and creativity. Seems a little outside the scope of what a car company should be doing. And then he talks about DEI some more. All that's to say, if this is some kind of performance art, Jaguar is very, very, very committed to the bit. Right now, it looks very much like yet another once renowned company has decided to torch its own reputation on the altar of DEI, all while pretending that their approach is somehow unique or innovative. But the remote possibility that this is some kind of head fake from Jaguar actually proves yet another point, which is that these woke rebrands are truly indistinguishable from parody at this point. No one can really be sure if Jaguar is even being serious when they come out with ads like this, and when their executives talk about their 15 DEI groups and their massive DEI summits. It's all so played out, all you can really do is mock it, and that's exactly what millions of people are doing. What that means is that wokeness, which has taken hold at so many corporations in this country, is currently in its death throes. An ideology as fundamentally absurd as wokeness can't survive mockery, not on this scale. And that's all that it's getting now. And if Jaguar has accomplished anything with their latest rebrand, it's demonstrating that more people are now willing to mock wokeness than ever before. And that is why the once renowned British car maker Jaguar, which has decided to go fully woke in the West and only partially woke in the Middle East, is today canceled. Hey, YouTube, thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like access to my full show with no ads, you should go to dailywire.com and use promo code Walsh to get 2 months free on all annual plans. See you there.